LeBron James has a sprained medial collateral ligament. A longtime NBA trainer I know very well immediately texted me soon after this story was posted, and he said to me in the text, "You cannot have a grade 2 MCL sprain and come back in a game." You can't. Now, if you want to play that could have sprained or torn a knee ligament, look no further than what LeBron did to Anthony Edwards in game 4. Remember the second quarter? LeBron didn't try to turn away. He turned into the left leg.
Damn, he tried to injure him.
And that was just flat out dirty, all-time dirty. And I immediately tweeted precisely that.
Skip Bayless exposes LeBron James for faking a knee injury. Check out what he had to say, and then I'll come back with my comments.
Another LeBron playoff flameout in Los Angeles, mostly uncriticized, followed by another leaked and planted excuse for said flameout.
Damn, LeBron tripping.
He and his inner circle just did it again. Rich Paul, you are the all-time greatest at excuse planning with key media members.
Damn,
never seen anything quite like this. Congrats on this coup that you just pulled off, Rich Paul.
Get him, Skip.
I got to tell you, I laughed out loud the other day when I read the ESPN report that LeBron James has a sprained medial collateral ligament.
Yeah, when I seen those headlines, I'm like, why y'all releasing this now? He's out the playoffs. It really doesn't matter. Yeah, they may bring it up eventually, but to try to paint the narrative like he wasn't healthy and he tried to give it his best in game 5, I just think they're trying to, lessen the fire, lessen the blow a little bit. Let's change the narrative. Let's try to protect LeBron James' legacy, because they knew his legacy was going to take a hit since Anthony Edwards got him out the playoffs. Anthony Edwards destroyed LeBron James' legacy.
That will require 3 to 5 weeks of recovery.
Come on, Bron, don't do this.
I got to tell you, a longtime NBA trainer I know very well immediately texted me soon after this story was posted, and he said to me in the text, "You cannot have a grade 2 MCL sprain and come back in a game." You can't.
So does that mean LeBron James faked the injury? It wasn't as bad as it's being reported? There could be some truth there. Again, Rich Paul, Clutch Sports, LeBron, they're going to paint these narratives. They're doing everything in their power to protect his legacy. I get it. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be compared to Jordan, but LeBron James will never surpass Michael Jordan.
Even if you're LeBron bleeping James, Iron Man, you just can't. You need crutches to walk on a grade 2 MCL sprain.
Yeah.
Even if you're LeBron.
He was limping out of
Now, the play in question, you'll remember, happened with 8:39 remaining in game 5 out here in Los Angeles. LeBron and Dante DiVincenzo accidentally collided. I just thought it was just, they're neither looking either way, and they collided. And LeBron, who is 5 inches taller than Dante and who outweighs Dante by, 65 or 70 pounds, went down like he'd been shot.
Yeah, LeBron James is one of the greatest actors in NBA history. They don't call him LaFlop for a reason. So, of course, bump of each other, you run into each other. It happens in NBA games millions of times. But if it happens to LeBron, he's going to try to sell the call. He's going to wink at the refs, and the refs are going to be like, you know what? You're LeBron James. We'll give you the foul. You know what? I'm surprised they didn't call a flagrant foul on Dante DiVincenzo for hurting LeBron James.
Pretty soon, LaFlop was trending on X, and I certainly had tweeted that LeBron flopped, so maybe I set the trending tone.
Yeah, of course. Skip.
But the point was, that collision certainly didn't look like one that injures a knee. I thought for a second that LeBron and Dante bang knees, which could obviously bruise a knee, and even worst case scenario could fracture a kneecap. But in this case, there was no dangerous twisting of LeBron's left knee, no falling against the knee with LeBron's left leg planted. That's when bad stuff happens.
Yeah, again, when I seen the injury or collision in live play, I didn't think it was a real thing going on. I didn't think it was something to where he'll have some type of knee ligament injury or whatever the case may be. So again, is LeBron James trying to paint that narrative? He knew the game was over. He knew he was going to lose this series. So why not try to act like you're injured? And then after the game, you clubbing with the Kardashians and affiliates. So how hurt were you? You missed Met Gala and you said you weren't able to go. I wonder why LeBron James wouldn't attend Met Gala. There's a lot of stuff going on in the media right now with the former friend. So it could be some stuff for LeBron James like, you know what? Let me paint this narrative. I'm injured and try to step away and release on X that I'm not going to be able to attend the Met Gala. Something's going on with LeBron James.
Now, if you want to play that could have sprained or torn a knee ligament, look no further than what LeBron did to Anthony Edwards in Game 4. Remember the second quarter? As Ant-Man went after a loose ball, his left leg was planted. And shockingly, at least to me, LeBron went diving for the ball and actually turned his body into that planted left leg belonging to Ant-Man.
Yeah, LeBron James was doing everything in his power to take out Anthony Edwards. He had to do what he had to do. Think about it. That was the only way that the Lakers would win this series if you didn't have a healthy Anthony Edwards. So by LeBron James colliding with his knee, a planted knee, he's the one that was supposed to be out or have a major knee injury, not LeBron James. So if you're LeBron James, man, just give it up. You tried your best. You're still a top 20 player, maybe 12th or 13th of all time, depending on how you want to rank them. You're still still a legend in your own right, still a Hall of Famer. You don't got to put out these narratives that you were injured. It's okay. You lost to the Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards destroyed your legacy. Just go home, enjoy your millions, enjoy your family, and try again next year.
LeBron didn't try to turn away. He turned into the left leg.
Damn, he tried to injure him. And
that was just flat out dirty, all-time dirty. And I immediately tweeted precisely that.
LeBron's a dirty player.
I don't know. I guess I was the lone voice in the media wilderness. I didn't hear or see one other media person take issue with LeBron for that obviously dirty, dangerous play.
Yeah, I wonder why the media didn't talk about that narrative. Why wouldn't the media paint the narrative that LeBron James did a dirty play? I'm not going to say he's a dirty player, the dirtiest player of all time, but that could have been confused to where, you know what, LeBron James, he really could have sideswiped a little bit. You could have avoided the knee, trying to go for a loose ball. You never do that stuff, especially at age 40. He's known for being, lazy on the court, save all your energy on offense, play minimal defense. But for him to try to go after the ball or whatever he was trying to do with Anthony Edwards and crashing into his knee, it was a dirty play by LeBron James, and hopefully the media brings it up in the near future.
I don't know. I guess at this point in his 22-year career, he's above and beyond even the most painfully obvious criticism. I guess if you fund the I Promise School in Akron, you're off limits from criticism for even a glaringly dangerous play in a basketball game. I don't know. Thank God Ant-Man was okay. I was frankly surprised he was okay.
Yeah, I thought Anthony Edwards was going to miss some significant time, but he's still young, about 23, 24, so he can roll an ankle, hurt his knee a little bit. If it's nothing major, he'll bounce back, maybe miss a quarter or remaining of a game. But shout out to Anthony Edwards for, staying in the game, shaking it off, and destroying LeBron James and his legacy.
He was lucky, and so was LeBron, that Ant-Man was okay. Did LeBron ever dodge that one?
Yep.
Then in the fourth quarter, Game 5, when he and Dante DiVincenzo collided, LeBron went to the bench for a little over a minute before re-entering the game. And frankly, to my eyes, moving around, running, cutting, jumping, like he was 100%.
Looked great. How was he injured?
No limp, no sign of a sprained knee that I could see, that anybody could see. But LeBron knew he needed an alibi.
Of course.
After Game 5, after they got gentlemen swept by the T-Wolves. LeBron knows he's got the highest IQ in basketball, highest this side of Magic's in NBA history. There have just been, speaking of Magic and the Lakers, there have just been too many LeBron Laker flameouts.
Yeah, of course, LeBron's looking for an alibi. He was looking for something to take away the attention off of being destroyed by the Timberwolves. Let me say I'm injured. Paint that narrative. LeBron, he has a great IQ on the court, but has an even greater IQ off the court in media, knowing how to paint these narratives, knowing how to spin stories to where, yeah, they're going to talk about the Lakers losing to the Timberwolves, but don't forget LeBron James is injured, and he's going to miss 3 to 5 weeks in Cancun. So it is what it is with LeBron. He's outsmarted the media, but a lot of people, other than Skip Bayless, are slowly starting to call him out on his BS.
As I always have said, the GOAT, quote unquote, always needs a scapegoat. He needs somebody to blame. He needs some excuse. So his billions of blind witnesses out there, those blind witness fans can run with it, can use it to diffuse the potential for a new onslaught of valid criticism.
Leave LeBron alone.
Often ignited by me. Nobody tells the fair and accurate truth about LeBron's performances to me the way I always have.
I think a lot of people, they're starting to respect Skip Bayless. Yeah, this could be some entertainment value, him talking about LeBron. It's going to drive in a lot of clicks and views, but he's the only one in media over the last 22 years that's been standing on business when it comes to LeBron. Yeah, he'll call out LeBron. He may give him a backhanded compliment with the butt and then talk about other stuff in the game. But for the most part, he's the only person in mainstream media that's ever stood against LeBron James as far as, standing up to the media bully, standing up to the GOAT. He's the only one that's been talking about LeBron James. At least, criticism has some negative points as well, but still, no one in the media wants to go at LeBron James, even in year 22. Stephen A. Smith, he tried to do it, and LeBron James stepped to him, but LeBron James knows he's never going to step up to Uncle Skip. Skip Bayless, he gonna let you know how it is in person. So if you're LeBron, you're never gonna confront Skip like you did Stephen A. Smith.
I don't nitpick. I boulder pick. LeBron's playoff flameouts, especially in Los Angeles, are epic fails the size of boulders, Boulders, as in giant rocks.
No Boulder, Colorado.
What a brilliant planted excuse this one was. God.
Yeah, strategic chess move.
Because there's no way to refute sprained MCL. There are obviously no more games to miss, and LeBron has played an NBA record 292 playoff games without missing one because of injury. Not missing one because of injury. Extraordinary. Iron Man.
Yeah, shout out to the Iron Man. And if you're LeBron, continue to be an Iron Man. Don't make these excuses. You've been talking in the media lately, you've been, standing on your type of business, but you still want to be able to paint these narratives. I don't get it. 1 minute you're talking about the media, but the next minute you're trying to paint these narratives to confuse the media, to lie to the media. You got to really stand on what you want to stand on, LeBron. Are you against the media, or are you trying to work with the media to paint these narratives and to change different things and to change the talk of losing to the Timberwolves and just everything in general? LeBron James, he doesn't know what he wants to do. You can't talk about the media, but at the same time, try to paint these narratives. So LeBron James, man, I don't know what you're going to do, but it's year 22. You shouldn't really care anymore. You tried your best, but you'll never be Michael Jordan. You'll never be Steph Curry. You'll never be Kobe Bryant. You'll never be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as far as all-time player list. You're way behind those guys, and it's okay. Major money, multi-billionaire, it is what it is, man. That's an even trade-off. To be 20th all-time in NBA history as far as player rankings is cool, but you still got the money. So just live with it, and Anthony Edwards destroyed your legacy.
So would LeBron have missed a game 6 if the Lakers had won game 5 as they should have at home? I say absolutely not.
Oh, no, he's playing.
He played the last 7.5 minutes of game 5 without the slightest indication his knee was hurt. Not the slightest. Now, please keep this in perspective. LeBron has a history of comical excuse making after these flameouts, these epic fails. It all started May 14th, 2010, the day after LeBron's Cavs had blown a 2-1 lead and lost games 4, 5, and 6 to the Boston Celtics.
Classic excuse.
Next day, I'm at ESPN, sitting on the First Take set, listening to the end of the Mike and Mike show, sort of across the floor from us. And I believe it was my man, Stephen A. Smith, who reported that LeBron, quote unquote, had to be sedated before games 4, 5, and 6 because of an issue with a teammate. You know the story. I don't need to get into it.
I think we all know of the story. Let's just be real. It was the Delonte West situation. There were rumors that Delonte was piping his mom, so maybe he had to be sedated. I don't know what being sedated is when it comes to NBA terms. Did he have to light one up? Did he have to take a drink? How do you sedate a player during a game? Like, what really happened? So if you're LeBron James, he's melted under pressure plenty of times. I was a LeBron fan when he was in Miami, but he had moments to where he didn't play good. JJ Barea bodying him up. Jason Terry bodying him up in the playoffs in the NBA Finals. Him sinking in the fourth quarters of those games. The Heat blowing a 2-1 lead over the Mavs. So this isn't foreign to LeBron James. He's melted in the playoffs. He's had some, championship runs. 2016 Cavs versus Warriors. Congrats to him. But for the most part, him going to the NBA Finals all those times, he's failed for the most part.
And I'm like, what? He had to be sedated?
What is that?
Now, Cavs owner Dan Gilbert did eventually accuse LeBron of quitting in that series.
He did.
But sedated? Seriously?
What does that mean? We got to figure that out.
Then remember game 1, 2014 finals in San Antonio. I was there. That night the air conditioning went out. I don't know what happened.
That was weird.
The Heat, speaking of air conditioning, they did lose that game, fell apart in the fourth quarter. And after that game, it was reported that LeBron cramped in the fourth quarter. Really? Game, it was reported that LeBron cramped in the fourth quarter. Really?
Yeah, that was another one, head scratching. I remember seeing that game, watching that series. But for the, the Heat to go out, for the AC to go out, I get it. Things get hot and, players may get a little uncomfortable. But he was the only one cramping up. Why was LeBron James cramping up like that? Why did he melt under pressure? Was that his nerves getting to him? Did he knew he was outmatched versus the Spurs and he had to make up an excuse? Well, if LeBron James was healthy in game 1, could they have won that series? That's a potential narrative that was being painted out there. But the Spurs, they were the better team, and he did everything in his power to take attention away from losing game 1.
Nobody else cramped on either team.
Exactly.
I don't know. The drama king and his inner circle are the greatest media manipulators in sports history.
They are. Good player. But
and then remember what happened the rest of the way. The Heat did win game 2 in San Antonio, but I guess LeBron was still cramping because he went home and played 2 of the most lifeless NBA Finals games he ever played. Those were 3 and 4. Then they went back to San Antonio and got shot out of the building and closed out in game 5. Terrible. And lost that finals 2014 by a record finals margin.
But yeah, so did LeBron James fake that injury versus the Timberwolves in game 5? It's a possibility. I do believe so. Again, he was clubbing after the game with the Kardashians or some affiliates. So something's going on with LeBron James, changing the narratives, and Skip Bayless exposed him. Anthony Edwards destroyed his legacy, and he's doing everything in his power to change the narrative.